feel all.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear all of us?
I can hear everyone. Sounds great.
You want to count us in?
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go.
Fuck me. Welcome to another episode of Necro Electric.
Oh, I did it.
Whoa. I did it. We got a special guest today. But before we get started, my name is Sean D. Skellington. This is my beautiful little princess of the podcast, Kylie Skellington. And our sound engineer, she's an aspiring actress. You could see her as the 4th fembot in Austin Powers 3.
Hell yeah.
Jordan Chetelat.
Machine Gun Baby?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I am Skcoobaveli.
Skcoobaveli. Skcoobaveli is a local artist here in Waco. Does a bunch of dope ass shit.
Damn good artist.
And we're gonna show you some of it right now. Boom, that was dope as fuck, right?
Yeah.
So what's our theme today?
Today, we have making something from nothing is the theme.
Dope.
Oh, man.
Cool.
Before we dive into it, as always, we've had a goal to reach 1,000 subscribers, but I say fuck that. Our new goal is 1 million subscribers.
We weren't ambitious enough.
You're like what's his face from Austin Powers, the $1 billion.
Followers.
Yes.
And the only way to get there is for celebrities to tell you what the fuck to do. So for our friends of the podcast segment tonight, we got from Jackass and Viva La Bam, we got Bam Margera.
What up, Necro Electric? Your podcast is cool as fuck. Keep it up.
Fuck it. Thanks to Bam. And let's get into this shit.
Yeah.
You know, I got a crazy Bam story, man. I don't know if
Yes.
y'all want to hear
Let's
it or
hear
not.
it.
Of course we do.
First off, I'm looking at this GoPro, and y'all remember that Busta Rhymes video? Where, when I step up in the club, can I step correct? Woo-ha, woo-ha.
Whatever happened to that guy?
He's still out there.
But Bam, man, Bam came to the Belton Comic-Con. Shout out Bell County.
Shout out.
And he was doing autographs and whatnot. I ain't never seen Bam before, you know. I was surprised he was in Texas. I was like, damn, you know, I used to watch Jackass like crazy. You know how many carts I got in my backyard right now?
Smashing them in
Apparently
shit.
they're worth over like $1,000 according to the police. They busted the hobos for it.
Jeez.
But I was like, who's paying $1,000? I took it to the pawn shop, didn't get nothing. But
You take it to the scrapper.
Yeah.
the lip shits. Shout out lip shits, you know. I went to Comic-Con and I met him. I was dressed up as Mankind. So I did the whole thing. I
Sick.
did the mask, the thickness. You know, I gained a couple of pounds for the part. You know, good actor. You know.
Yeah.
And I bring a metal chair with me. And I met Bam, and I was like, man, what am I going to get him to sign? I don't want no. I'm not a guy that says, hey, man, good picture. Can you sign it? Why don't you sign something crazy? I'm always bringing something crazy. So I bring my fleshlight. I mean, it was.
Why
You
not?
did not.
It was.
You did not.
It wasn't used much.
You
but
did not.
So I mean,
I
once
bring
or
a
twice.
flashlight. I mean, if y'all want to see it, y'all can go on the
No.
Instagram. You know,
I mean, I guess I don't like
Here's a
your
picture of it
shoes,
right
man. Or the chairs.
I ain't gonna put my shoe in that flashlight. What are you crazy?
No, him signing it.
Oh yeah, well.
The shoe and the
So here comes Mankind with a metal chair and a backpack with his flashlight in it.
Oh.
And I can't believe they let me pass through with it. But
Yeah.
I went up there and I was like, hey man, I whipped it out and I was like, could you sign this? And he was like, fuck yeah, man, is that what I think it is? And I was like, yeah, I guess, you know, if it looks like it, it smells like it. So I whipped it out and he signed the casing of it and he's all looking at it and everything. And his guy, his little caretaker or whoever he is, he said, well, hell, let me get this on film. And he videoed it and he signed it. We're all taking pictures and everything. And I got some of those on my Instagram. He signed the fleshlight. And I just told him, hey, man, don't smell that thing. He was like, huh?
Bam.
And he
Of course
smelled it.
he
He put
did.
it close to his nose and took a good old whiff. Good old Bam. You got to love Bam, you know?
Shout out to Bam,
I
dude.
guess so.
So,
He's brave.
So he sniffed that fleshlight and he said, oh, man, you be fucking this thing? And I stuck 2 fingers in there and squished it. I was like, yeah, man, go ahead, give it a try. And he was like, you're minging. And he handed it back. He goes, I'm going to hit you with this chair. He grabbed that metal chair, and like I said, it's a heavy metal chair, not a plastic metal chair.
Oh, you brought one of those old school, like, fucking
folding
gymnasium
things.
ones?
From Granny's backyard, you
Yeah.
know? They had rust on it, added 10 more pounds.
Oh my god.
And yeah, he knocked the rust off of it, man. He hit me once. Pow! Made a good clean. I was like, hey, man, go ahead, do it again. I used to backyard wrestle, too, back in the day.
Uh-huh.
So I could take a chair shot. I've been to a lot of bars in Waco, but, that's besides the point. So he grabbed that chair, and he gave me a good whack the second time. Boom!
Oh.
And it even bounced off of his hand. And, man, I was like, holy shit, I just got hit in the back with a chair from Bam Margera.
Bam.
Yeah. And I got my
Anyone else you would
flashlight.
fight? Bam, he's cool.
He's awesome, dude. He's awesome. He slaps people there, apparently.
Really?
That's his
Wow.
therapy. But they videotaped it, put it on his Instagram. The numbers were going up.
Oh my god.
But I guess there was also the trolls saying, oh, man, he fucks that thing. Why'd you
my
sniff
God.
it? Oh, what are you doing?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you put it right on your nose. And I'm like, oh, God, this is awesome. But, yeah, he deleted it later on, and I was so butthurt. But I still got the pictures, man.
Bam, if you're watching, send him the video.
Yeah.
Put it back up.
I haven't put it where the sun don't shine either. It's still mint condition, buddy.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah, I love your graffiti work, dude. It's
been-
fucking sick,
I've been
man.
getting a little wild out there. I've been
Yeah.
getting a little wild out there, and people are letting me do it. Sometimes they're paying me to do it.
That's awesome.
So I'm like,
More money.
man,
yeah.
there's a lot of opportunities here in
Making
Waco.
something from nothing.
Oh,
Yeah, for
definitely.
real.
I used to be a little scumbag. I used to kick cans, and now, I'm over here spraying with cans and making a little change from it,
There
too.
you
How'd
go,
you get
dude.
into graffiti?
Well, I've always been an artist. Saturday morning cartoons, Ninja Turtles, X-Men. I always wanted to draw some stuff up, so I never picked up my can. I lived in Austin for a little bit, and we used to skip school and do the whole, hey, how much can you smoke, contest down in the creeks, and there would always be like all kinds of stuff around, dirty rubbers, empty cans, whatever. We'll pick up some cans and just start going at it.
Yeah.
And man, the artwork that comes from a spray can, like, it's so big, and the sky's the limit. So you just keep going and going and going, and it's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, we're both artists. And we're more into illustration and graphic art and stuff.
Yeah.
But-
I can't really use a spray can.
Yeah. I remember the first time I got introduced to fucking graffiti art. I had a couple friends in middle school, and they just used to tag. And then I met them in arts class, and then they're like, "You should come out with us, right?" Because I used to always have a fucking bag of weed and just skateboard everywhere,
Be sure to
Bring
bring
your
that
bag of
weed
weed.
dude with you
Yeah.
next time.
I mean, pretty much that's why. It was my buddy Mike and Jeremy. And so I went over to his house. It was like a Friday. And he's like, all right, at midnight, we're going to sneak out this fucking window and we'll skate off and go tag a bunch of places. And I'm like, all right, cool. And he's like telling me you got to find a name and you got to draw that shit 80 times or whatever. And his name was like Ghost, and my other buddy was Krylon Bomber or
Nice.
something,
Oh,
right?
nice.
And then they were trying to get me to write all this shit. And then we booked out. We went down to like the Safeway, and they had a big white wall. And then they're like, all right, go ahead, dude, hit it up. And then he threw me this fucking Sharpie, like the size of the fucking devil's dick, dude.
Yeah.
It was like that fucking big. And then
How do you know how big the devil's
I was
dick
just
is?
thinking that. I was
can
like,
only
how do you
imagine.
know?
How do you know that?
I just assume.
I heard stories,
Yeah.
I think it's in the Bible somewhere. Who knows?
But they're like, what's your name? Because I didn't like pick something. I was just writing a bunch of shit. And then I was like, you know what, fuck it. And then as legibly as I could write it, just super clean, I wrote Beware, Dracula's coming.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
And then Mike was like, "That's a bit much, dude. Like, you gotta go short and quick, right?" And I'm like, "No, it's good, dude." And we went around like the town, and maybe like 10 spots or whatever, and I wrote that shit everywhere.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't really my thing, right? And then because I was more like playing in bands and just skating and doing whatever. And he's like, "Come back out with us again. We're gonna do a mural, right?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I do want to see the fucking murals." He's like, "We're gonna hit a couple spots, and then we'll go see that." So I met up with them, and then this time they gave me a fucking white paint pen, right? And they're like, "We're gonna hit up these." It was like a Blockbuster with like a fucking tinted window.
Oh
And he's
shit!
like, "Go hit up that." And I'm like, "All right." But this time I fucking wrote "Beware, Dracula's coming," but I put "coming."
Oh yeah.
And then I wrote 2 like squish marks.
Of course you
Oh
did.
my
Little
God.
teardrops, you know.
Dracula sperm.
Yeah, and I did that shit all over the place, and fucking, I thought it was hilarious.
Blockbuster didn't.
Yeah.
Vandals.
Those people who have to, scrub at those
get that off the
sperm
window.
stains.
Probably someone like me or Jordan fucking working there for $10 an hour.
Fucking kids.
But-
Scrubbing that
Fuck
shit off the
you.
window.
Like they didn't think it was funny because they took that shit hella serious.
Yeah.
But to me, like, just imagining like a house mom or somebody pulling up, dude, and it says "Beware, Dracula's coming." You know what I mean? That shit
So
was
now
dope.
that you're a father and you have a son, could you imagine me pulling up to that situation with Bane in the back?
I would laugh if I was in the car.
You'd be like, damn, I've been spelling coming wrong the whole time.
Wow. So it took me a whole hot second, but I recognize you from the Saturday morning cartoon show that they did at the Bear Arms Brewery.
Oh yeah.
Last weekend or weekend before last.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So I don't know if you met Oscar. He does art as well. He had a couple pieces up on the wall. He had the really long rectangular one that had all the Saturday morning cartoons and the panels with the dot coloring.
Oh, that thing was beautiful.
Yeah. So Bear Arms Brewing, shout out to Bear Arms Brewing because they're
Shout
awesome. They do a show, or it's not Bear Arms Brewing, but I'm trying to think of the name of the group that does it. It's like escaping me. And if they watch this, they'll be like, "Damn, thanks a lot. You forgot our name."
Well, Danny Flores and Armando Ramirez, comic book artists in Waco, they put together like a drink and draw.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's fun.
so every month
Sounds
they
sick.
have a theme, and this past one was Saturday morning cartoons, and all of the like local Waco artists will paint or draw or do some kind of pop art to
You get fucked up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. To me, it's kind of a weird place to like get fucked up because there's also kids there.
In a way, yes.
And for that one, they like the food they had was like cereal, and so for me, I'm like, man, I don't know if I'd be okay with
more than cereal when you're drinking heavy.
I know. But in the meantime, like while we're all there, everybody's like drawing, or they're basically it's just a big connection time for all of the artists, and it's really cool. And for somebody who is art retarded, me, it's just kind of super cool to meet other people who have the same kind of passions. And he had a piece there, which I'm sure we will show, but the piece that I liked probably the best was the Pee Wee Herman one, and there was all the cereal boxes and stuff like that. That one was a beautiful painting.
It was all Pee Wee, man, just looking at you, just judging you.
I know.
Shout out to Paul Rubin.
Yeah. It was one of those pieces where the eyes kind of followed you in a way,
Yeah.
And it's Pee Wee too. So the 80 babies, 70s babies, y'all know who Pee Wee is. His hands were under the table. So that's another mystery.
Something else could have been following you.
That man, you know what? I should have bring it. I got to ship that off because I actually sold it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's
That's
it's
awesome.
Going to California.
Nice.
And
nice.
Who knows? He might be doing Comic-Cons pretty soon. So if that thing gets signed, I'm gonna be like regretful and at the same time just proud.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
man,
awesome.
that painting had so many like hidden stuff in it. Like the cereal spelled out a little something. I had stuff on the side, stuff written on the top, like want to go watch a movie or.
Oh, I saw that on the side, like on the inside of it.
Yeah.
I was like, did he do that on purpose, or was he like hoping was he like making notes to himself? Like I wasn't sure.
Like, there was connected dots. If y'all remember Pee Wee's Playhouse, man, that thing was wild. It was Blue's Clues before Blue's Clues was Blue's Clues. Damn, that shit was hard to say.
In kind of a more twisted way.
Yeah.
I guess
they had
so.
fucking Morpheus in it.
That guy was in it
Morpheus
as
was the
cowboy
mailman.
with a Jerry curl.
Oh
Jesus.
yeah.
Pee Wee took the blue pill.
Pterodactyls. Hello, Pee Wee.
Yeah, Terry.
Please, Pee Wee. Terry the pterodactyl.
Remember the ginger motherfucker? He was like the bully.
Oh yeah, Pee Wee, you son of a bitch! Kick you around the nutsack, you son of a...
If anyone watching this hasn't seen any of Pee Wee Herman
Go
stuff,
fucking
like it's worth a watch.
Fuck
Yeah.
yourself. Go see the movie. The
Yeah.
movies are better. The third one, but the first two are weird.
I think I've only ever seen one.
He started doing all kinds of stuff in like Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
Like he did a little cameo in there where he was like, "I'm sorry,
He was
I'm not sorry." Oh. he was going
he was a
crazy.
vampire in something.
Well, hell,
Oh God, he was.
Was he?
What was he a vampire
He's like
in?
a one-armed fucking vampire and something.
What?
Yeah.
He was a beast,
Oh,
man.
God.
Can't
He was
remember
in
what it was.
Batman.
Was he?
He was
Michael Keaton one?
He was the Penguin's dad.
Yeah, that's right.
What?
That's right. The Tim
Penguin's
Burton
dead.
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah, he
That's
chucked
right.
the penguin in the fucking sewer.
Hell, I cosplayed as a
funny.
penguin too, and that was pretty good because I already, got the honker for it. So, you get a little grease off that sucker. Real
Are you
quick.
from Waco?
Yeah, I'm from Waco. Just drank the Waco water. Kind of grew up a little screwed up in the head, and played in the creeks, and bada bing, bada boom. Here I am.
Here you are.
How's it been like making art and doing shit here in Waco?
Really, it was one of those things where it was when you got along with your mother, she was yelling at you to get a job, a real job.
Yeah.
What are you gonna be doing? Fingerprints all your life, you son of a bitch? Get out here, get a job. Go be like the rest of the Mexicans, just working all day on the railroads and whatnot. But
Shout out to the railroads.
my homies,
All the Latinos holding it down.
And I had a lot of jobs, man. But at the same time, it was just like, and I really didn't plan. Like I started tattooing. I didn't plan on tattooing. That was something a little different because there's no eraser. You got a fresh canvas and you screw up. That's that.
Yeah, I was a tattoo artist for 10 years.
Whew. I'm self-taught, and I was like, man, I wish I was kind of raised in the tattoo industry.
Right.
But it was one of those things like, man, I need $10.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I need a pack of smokes. I'm hungry. Let me try to scribble on you real quick. So a bunch of YouTube and trial and error, and shout out to those people walking around with those scars on them right now.
No regrets.
Oh man, I spelled some names wrong. So many times.
No.
But to my defense, it was all their fault, and it's always somebody drunk, and they're
Yeah.
sending me pictures like, that's how you spell Letitia Rhonda. That's how you spell it. 2 D's? Are you sure?
Esmeralda Villalobos.
I was like, man, I messed up a lot, but I mean, I'm getting practice makes perfect. But I do try to venture out on everything. I tried painting.
Yeah.
That Pee Wee was actually my third painting on
Oh
canvas.
my gosh, seriously?
Yeah, so
That's
I'm
amazing.
trying to get in there
Yeah.
Nice.
on canvas. I've done walls and whatnot, and that's another venture. Again, the spray paint stuff didn't really start heavy for me till about last year.
Yeah.
But it's getting there.
So have you ever gotten in trouble or arrested for your spray painting?
I mean, the cops pulled up once or twice, and a big guy like me, it's hard to run, And I wasn't always as handsome. I was always, I used to be a little skinnier, so when I used to run from them, it didn't look pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you can always tell a lot from a person by the way they run. It's just with a bunch of cans, like it was Black Friday or something.
Yeah.
Just bags and bags. But now I'm a little smarter. Like I hide the stuff, and I prepare myself.
Yeah.
But
Well, my buddies, their life hack was they got overalls, and then
Oh.
they just made a City of Livermore utility. And then
Oh, that's
they,
smart.
they take the can of wash, to wash the graffiti remover,
yeah,
and they keep that with them. And then if somebody rolls up on them, they just say they're taking it down instead of putting it up.
That's pretty smart.
Nobody
That
fucking
is
questions
smart.
them.
Tricky.
I
Yeah.
do got some hard hats and shiny vests I could wear too.
There you go.
But I mean, people are starting to know who I am in Waco now. They seen me
Yeah.
at so and so events, and now they just kind of figured he's getting paid for it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sure did ask for this giant dick on the wall.
We got time for ad real quick.
Yep. This episode is brought to you by Dark and Dreary Clothing. Dark and Dreary is an edgy fashion and lifestyle brand that embraces great design and unsurpassed quality. Dark and Dreary has quickly gained a following amongst fans of occult, horror, punk rock, heavy metal, and all-around free thinkers and retailers worldwide without shoving a preachy, trendy, or political message down your throat. So buy the best, fuck the rest, darkanddrearyclothing.com.
You know it. We got new shit coming out. Check out the website.
I always hear that, and I'm like, man, it would be nice to have a T-shirt that says political message going down the throat. and then it has one of those Ghostbuster X's on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No political messages shoved down your throat, your ass maybe. But
I hate it. I love a lot of occult like clothing and like vintage horror movie stuff.
Yeah.
But I hate like all the fucking companies nowadays. It's always like they put too strong of an agenda on something. You know, like the burning the churches and shit. Like I'm not religious. I don't give a fuck. But I'm just like, dude, come on. You know, and like even like was it Black Craft has a Frankenstein shirt. I bought that shit.
Yeah.
And then when it showed up, it says "Enemy of God" on the back.
Oh,
I'm like, fuck, man. Like,
shout out to
Like,
Jesus.
I'm not trying to like really offend people.
like we live in the fucking Bible Belt, you know?
Like it is crazy.
I was wearing that shirt the other morning when I forgot that they were coming over for the bug guy.
Oh, yeah.
The bug guy was coming over to spray the house,
And you were wearing
and
it?
I was wearing that shirt, and I totally forgot they were showing up. Oh man,
Yeah,
no
fuck.
wonder why he looked at me.
You
funny.
guys' house is going to be labeled the witch house. Don't
Yeah.
go over there. Witches live
They're
there.
the only one decorated for Halloween. The only one in the neighborhood.
Killed every bug. They told me to
Aw.
save all the spiders. I don't know why.
I'll give props to Waco though. Like when we moved here, like I thought it was gonna be like super fucking like on the level religious,
Yeah.
like, super judgy, and it does
Like,
have its
hard
parts.
to make friends.
But there is a whole subculture of just
Oh, yeah.
artists and fucking, you know, like
Yeah.
we're cracking in there and just we keep finding all these different fucking people and organizations. It's really cool,
I mean,
actually.
this is the flesh of David Koresh. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the silos are pretty much the tits of Waco. So like,
Right.
it's a lot of demon stuff in here. You know, we're kind of bred into it, but at the same
Yeah.
time, you do have some people just trying to live a certain life.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of crazy fucks out here everywhere.
The people are way different. Even today, I got complimented but insulted.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
I went to UPS to get the fucking posters printed.
Yeah.
And of course their fucking Wi-Fi sucks and everything. And I'm trying to like transfer my files with this lady that's working there. And I'm sitting there and I've been working all day. And then she was doing her thing and she goes, man, you smell like a working man.
Oh, shit.
And then I was like, yeah, I've been working in the heat all day doing stuff. I'm like, sorry about that. I'm just on my way home. And she was like, it's okay. And a man should smell after a hard day's worth of work. I was like, all right, cool. And then she's like, you know, and the people like working, they started laughing. They were around. And then she's like, I'm not saying you're grimy or anything. She's like, you're castaway handsome. And I was like, castaway handsome? I'm like, what does that even mean, right? And she's like if you were cast away to an island for a little while.
Oh shit!
And you came back, if they cleaned you up, you'd be handsome. I was like, all right.
Just a little soap,
Cool.
honey. That's all we ask. It's like, damn, lady.
Thanks, lady.
I think you're handsome just like
I barely woke up and I've been working all day. What do you expect me to do?
I know, it's weird.
Yeah. Well, talking about making something from nothing, I think, and kind of in relation to Waco, I think that if you actually put yourself out there and you say, hey, I'm trying to create this thing, whether it be I'm trying to make a movie, I'm trying to start an art club, I'm trying to, you know, start an cult group, whatever, you know, as if you put yourself out there, there's going to be people that come through. So like the Oni-chan guys, like I met them just because
Shout out to Oni-chan.
Yeah.
shout out. So I put a meetup ad out there saying I was looking for people to, you know, basically start a film group, and it just evolved from there. So, you know, and like I said, I mean, Waco has grown to the point where, you know, yes, there's the silos and there's all the Magnolia crap or whatever, but it's also opened all of these new businesses and bringing all of these new people with new ideas. And so I think that's the cool part about Waco, is that it's not just, you know, we're no longer remembered for David Koresh or the Twin Peaks shootout. You know, now we're remembered for something a little bit, you know, maybe, yes, it is
more
mainstream,
positive,
but
at least.
right, exactly. Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, even like having my name, I'm a dude from the gutter. You know, that's why you see a lot of Ninja Turtles around here, because sewer life, you know, the Turtles came up and they're kind of little known now. But I kind of just started it off and ran with it, and you get certain fan base. You know, people know you from the past or what you used to do or how you used to do it. And then some people just like a person who just really doesn't care, you know, like just go and do you. As long as you're yourself, be yourself, and then things can grow from that, you know?
Yeah. Well, and you guys would know about starting something from nothing. I mean, you've been having the podcast since what? You said March?
Yeah, we started in March.
Yeah. So, I mean, what was kind of the process of you creating something from nothing?
I just done a bunch of crazy shit, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about it. So.
Yeah, I mean, literally, we had to rent this warehouse for Sean's work and my work, and then we had like some extra space, and we're like, okay, yeah, we could put like a podcast room right there. What do you think about starting one? It was Sean's idea, really.
Yeah.
And then, you have a dream, you go for it. And
Well, I'm sure you feel the same way. Like, art to me is like a curse. Like, she can contest to it. Like, if I'm not doing something creative,
he
whether
is
it's
a miserable
music
human being.
or
Yeah.
art or whatever, like, I can't just sit there. I'm just not wired that way.
If he does not have at least 2 or 3 projects going on, like, get away from me.
Yeah, I'm
You know
the
what
same way.
I noticed too, a lot of artists were, I guess it's that part of the brain, you know what I mean? Because we like music.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of music. We like tuning and hell, I used to be a rapper before I did any of this
Really?
stuff. I was an old Waco rapper.
Yeah.
Pretty good too. My CD
Nice.
drops in 2020. I don't know. But,
Look for
that's
his
what
band
happens.
camp.
It's like that musical. It's that talent, you know.
Yeah.
You got to do art. You got to do that. I've been dabbling a little bit into the comedy. Like they had an open mic down at Classy Glass.
Yeah.
On Monday, every Monday they have
Yeah.
one, and they're like, "Man, I'll do a couple of panels," and they're
Yeah.
like, "Man, you killed it out there." I was like, I was nervous. I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Just wanted to go on there and be like,
Next time you do one, let us know. I'd love to go.
Oh, it's
That'd be awesome.
It's crazy. Some of the jokes I shouldn't even be saying in that place.
Right.
But
Yeah.
5 minutes are 5 minutes, so I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and see where this goes.
Light them
And-
up.
That's something that Keep Waco Loud puts on, right?
Yeah, keep Waco loud, man. They're
Shout out
everywhere.
to them. Keep Waco Loud.
yeah.
I love podcasting because for a few years I owned a record label, and I tried to grab all the best bands from like my area in San Francisco and San Jose, and I was putting so much effort into like raising these guys up, but then a lot of them were like assholes taking advantage. When I shattered my leg, I spent the last of my cash to make this band a bunch of merch because they were going on tour,
Yeah.
and then they ended up fucking like ghosted me on the money for the tour.
Wow.
And so when we were doing this, I'm like, this is way cooler because like I can branch out outside of music,
Right.
into artists like you.
And it's the thing, like same thing with that comedy. It's one of those things where
Comedians.
when you start doing it, it's that itch now. It's like
Yeah.
a tat.
Yeah.
I need another one. And you're doing it to yourself. I'm like, man, why the hell do I do this? Why do I keep on doing this shit to myself?
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck it, I'll be on next week.
Yeah.
Podcast time. You know what I mean? Who am I gonna bring next? You know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
I
an
love hearing
addiction.
Everybody's stories
Yeah.
and shit.
It's pretty great, man. It's I've been watching it lately, and I'm a huge fan, and I'm like, wow. I'm looking at some stuff, listening to some stuff, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. And by the way, the room still smells like that lady's coochie.
Yeah. Shout out to the Jennifer the Pleasure Party lady.
Yeah. Jennifer with a crazy last name, by the way.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
I was trying to fucking type because I suck at pronouncing names. I wasn't even gonna fuck with that one.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
why I was like,
making
oh,
sure I
man.
spelt it right.
She bailed you out though. She was like, "You don't even have to worry about
Yeah.
it." And he was like, "Cool, awesome."
Yeah, she was real cool, man. And I was like, man, I wonder what that smells like. My lady's like, what are you doing on that phone at night? Nothing. I'm just looking at this lady's coochie. I'm going to get her coochie, all right.
Well, and I think if you go into any kind of art avenue, whether it be art or comedy or music or anything like that, because I also sing and play piano, and I've been acting
yeah.
for most of my life, and I gave up a long time ago that pursuing it for money. Because I have probably made probably about $100 total on anything that I have pursued, and so for me, it's once I get out of my head like, oh, how do I do something to make money? It becomes a lot. It's more fun, and I'm able to create better because now I'm not worried about what people think. I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, that's just life in general. You just got to do what you love to do.
yeah.
Fuck everything else.
Yeah.
And then money will come if you're passionate enough about it.
Yeah, for real.
See, it's like even with tat supplies and spray cans, like the stuff ain't cheap.
Nah.
But, if you just had all the tools in front of you and like just every color can you wanted. And there's always that one thing that you want to do. Like, man, I want to tat this so bad, but nobody wants to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And, somebody's got to get this devil dick. Somebody's just got to get it. It's going to be a big tattoo, big old back piece. But nobody just wants to get it. But
Yeah.
there's always that one person that's going to be like, I support you. I support your ways. And since you're my son, go ahead and put that devil deck on my back.
Right here, man.
Thanks, Mom.
Shout out to Mom.
Yeah.
And the
Stuff
devil
ain't
dick
cheap.
tattoo.
If somebody like would, give out a little change, a little cash and support, then imagine what you could do, Like
Yeah.
this is a big thing for me when you invited me down here, and I was like, that's awesome. Because I would love to do this with you guys,
Yeah.
but I was, you came out to me, and sometimes that's all it takes is, you don't want that person to be like, hey, can I be on your radio station, please? And you're like, yeah, whatever, dude. You know what I mean? We're a little busy. That rejection's always a painful one.
Yeah.
So, but, this is your thing. You're your own boss. So when you call that boss move, I was like, man, hell yeah. I
Nice.
can't
Well,
wait.
we're happy to have you. We're glad you came out.
Yes, very
Right.
much. Thank
We're always
you.
seeking out talent,
Do we have another sponsor?
Yes, we do. This episode is also brought to you by Mod Ministry. Mod Ministry merch creates for the edgy woman, the kind of woman who works hard but plays much harder, who embraces femininity but tests the societal limits. We are not for the faint of heart. We are bold. We are beautiful. Check out the Mod Ministry Etsy page for handmade harness lingerie. 5-star rated seller since 2014.
5-star bitches.
5 stars.
Yeah, watching last week's episode, I was like, dang, my titties look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your,
Right?
was it your booby net?
The
booby
booby
net.
net. Wearing the booby net. Oh, yeah.
I seen the studio earlier, man. I was
Yeah.
like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So you got any wild stories about Waco?
Well, yeah, I mean, I got a lot of stuff. Hell, just
Shit.
tons and tons, but I'm starting to feel that Monster Energy drink kick in, that Kyle's kicking
Yeah.
in. I see all this sheetrock, not in my house, not on my watch.
Shout out to Monster, sponsor us already,
Yes.
you fuckers.
Come on,
Yeah,
Monster.
do it. Just shut up and do it already.
You know, I've
Do the
drinking a
do.
Monster in every episode,
Every single one.
every time I've done any like guesting things or whatever, I've drinking a fucking Monster.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I'm like, all I wait for is it's alive, and then I hear
Yeah.
it's dope, man. It's dope. Hell, every week's a little crazy for me, man. And like I do a lot of events. Like I feed the bums and stuff. I'll go out there and I see a homeless person. It's about to be winter too, so I'm gonna be out
Yeah.
there in them streets. I'm really in them streets. I've been there. I've been like I was bumming it for a while, like 2 weeks in Santa Cruz,
Oh, wow.
and it was in
Our
September.
backyard.
And it was cold, and I swam with the seals, and something tickled me, man. I was like, "Damn, this fucking water's cold."
There's fucking sharks in that water, dude.
Yeah,
my God.
a ton.
See, I'm glad I didn't see any. But I was a beach bum for a while to try it out. Well, not to try it out, it's because I had no choice. But I was chasing a dream. By dream, I mean woman and good rentings. But
Yeah.
it was fun, man. I was out there just trying to panhandle, but use my talents. Like I was over there, like I said, I was rapping and stuff. So I was like, a hop, stuff
Yeah.
like that. And people were actually coming by and listening and dropping off some money.
Nice.
But I cut for the bums in that way.
Yeah.
Because I kind of been through that, I've been through the candle in a bucket. Well, I'll feed them and everything. And even like recently, I did some back to school events where you hand out free backpacks and everything. And
That's awesome.
it was a big event, and the news came by. And they were interviewing everybody. And you know how the warehouse is? A little stuffy. It's a little stuffy. Well, imagine when it was like 102 or whatever. And,
Yeah.
and it's a big event, and everything's for free. So everybody's coming in.
Yeah.
And it just makes it that much hotter. I had a dart throwing game where you throw, well, really it was a beanbag. You throw a beanbag at a balloon, it hits that tack and pops, you win a prize. Everything's for free. Here you go, kid,
Yeah.
I got some coupons from Raising Cane's. They handed out some coupons to give away.
Shout
Oh,
out to
cool.
Canes.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of stuff to give away, and I was like, man, these kids need some toys. And this is about the time when Toy Story 4 came out.
Oh.
So I went to Walmart, and they had all these Toy Story 4 items for sale. So I grabbed a bunch of them up, and I said, all right, man, put them in a basket. The kids are going to win these. They're going to love these. And sure enough, they were playing and everything, and I was sweating. I was hot. I'm over here like, step right up, doing my whole shindig.
Yeah.
So I'm looking like a grease ball, man. And the news came up to me, and they're like, hi, how's it going? Can you tell us a little about what you're doing
shit.
today? And I just kind of, I'm hot and sweaty. I look at the camera. I gave a little boy a Woody today.
They're They're like, oh shit, turn it off.
Say
Turn it off.
that.
Yeah, well, you know, I didn't think that. I'm thinking Toy Story. And then she just kind of looked at me like, and she was like, and I'm just looking like kind of nervous and shaking and smiling, all sweaty and
Sweating
shit.
like a motherfucker.
Yeah, and they're like, well, okay.
They're putting your name on a list.
I gotta go door to door now. You know? But they said, well, can you elaborate on that? And I was like, oh, the little boy? Yeah, man, at first I gave him a little buzz, you know? I gave him a buzz. But I don't think he enjoyed it too much, so I said, you want to play with my Woody? And I figured I'd give him a little Woody of his own, so.
Stop.
Yeah.
Oh
and,
my God.
And the news were just like, Billy, I don't think we're going to air that. Yeah. And I'm just like, man, what's going on?
Call the
Shaking.
sheriff.
They're lucky it wasn't live.
And all these kids are around me too, and I'm all like, yeah, get in the picture, little boys. But so they did all that crazy stuff, and I always wanted to give the news like a fake name. You know what I mean? Just to be cool, just to see it on the bottom, like, haha, I got you.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I couldn't think of shit.
Darn.
I couldn't think of shit. But when they asked me, I went to the old school stuff, and they were like, what's your name? I was like, Mo, Lester. You know, just put it on there. And then it just looked horrible. And I started thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute. What the fuck did I say? And they left there. Well, thank you very much, sir. We'll be in touch. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to see Mo Lester on the... Wait a minute. And I started thinking about all the stuff I went to. I'll chase them down. I was like, please. Hey, man, don't put that shit on there. I was just kidding. Because I started thinking about what I said. I gave you
All the job interviews
Yeah.
where they're like,
Daddy, there's a snake in my boot. Goddamn Skcoobaveli. So I was like, man, that's just crazy stuff I do around the hood.
Yeah.
Like I see all kinds of stuff. I got pit bulls. I love dogs. You know, I got like 4 now.
You want another one? I have one. You can have mine.
My
He's
dogs
a
are so-
monster.
Is he?
Yes, he doesn't listen. He's the most stubborn thing. He's like, he probably comes up to about, like my knee or maybe like a little bit lower, but he's just all muscle. He's just like buff. And he likes to get on the furniture, and we don't like him to get on the furniture because he's got long nails. And so I have to wrestle this dog off of the furniture, and he thinks it's the best thing in the world.
Yes.
And I don't know what to do with him, and he's just a monster. And I'm like, I love you, but why don't you listen to me?
Does he still got his balls?
No.
Oh.
No,
his balls off.
we had to we had to get him snipped whenever
Yeah.
we rescued him.
Well, see, they say it's supposed to like calm down their temperament.
No,
Nope.
that's a
Nah,
lie.
hell no.
Yep.
That is a lie.
And then
Not
if anything,
ours
they're gonna
either.
get bigger. You know what I mean? They
I
get
got
more.
a couple of killers at home too.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen those
A
killers.
min pin chihuahua and a poodle chihuahua.
Lord. Put those things on the sled in Christmas time.
But it
See,
was the
he's-
same thing. Like they said, Grim would, because he's aggressive, sort
Yeah.
of. He's got an attitude all the time. And they said, yeah, once you snip it, he would calm
Calm
down.
down.
Yeah.
No way.
Maybe when they're young. Teach them a lesson when they're young, maybe. But yeah, this one's even. Mine are huge. They're huge. They're horses. I had one pass away recently. R.I.P.
I'm
Fats.
sorry.
Aw.
Shout out to Fats.
Good Fats, yeah. Good old Fats. You might see her artwork somewhere in the South. And put a little
Nice.
mural. She's got
Aw.
wings looking at the butterflies.
How
Yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, man, she was a great dog. But I still got like 5 now.
Jesus.
Dog?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I love dogs, man.
That's
Scooby Doo,
crazy.
Scooby Doo.
See, mine has killed small animals. Like he killed a possum, and then he ripped a bunny in half.
Oh,
I
shit.
went out in the yard, and I was like, "What are you messing with?" And it was like in perfectly 2 halves, and I was like, "Oh my God, Titan!" And he's just like,
Proud.
he's like, "Look what I did, Mom." And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't even know what to do
That's
with you right now.
crazy.
That's a dog's pinata. You know what I
I
mean?
guess so.
Oh,
Is that
gosh.
common for pit
Oh,
bulls?
definitely. Any animal, I guess. Feed the dog,
Jeez.
maybe. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Well, we're coming up on the end of the show, guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
That
time
went
for,
by really fast.
I know.
time for life in the comment section.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got one from Nick Gare.
Nick Gare?
Nick Gare.
Excuse me.
Off of YouTube, he says, I've been listening to every episode, and this is one of my favorite podcasts. I look forward every Wednesday.
Boom.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Nick.
Thanks.
Everybody's always so nice.
I know.
We need some shit talkers, dude.
I know.
Someone say something mean. Not too mean.
Say something mean about me, I don't care. But shout out to that dude, though.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. And next we have from Pretty Ricky on YouTube.
Oh, that's my
He
homie.
said, Texas living. Wait a minute. I heard enchiladas. This is from our Cribs episode, I guess. Because I make enchiladas a lot.
Oh,
Yes, LOL. Nice spot, brother. I'm liking the dark maroon blood paint for your guys' magical bedroom. Yeah, I had a couple paint swatches up on our bedroom wall.
I couldn't even tell what colors they were. I mean, I could tell they were different colors, but blood maroon.
Yeah.
Dang,
It's
like
like a
good
dark
job.
Dark
maroon.
gray, bloody gray.
No, it's like it's like a dark purple black or a dark gray or like a dark blood maroon.
Yeah. Well, you guys have inspired me to do dark for my bedroom because at
Yes.
first I was going to be like, oh, it's going to be light colors. And now I was like, no,
Yeah.
now I need darkness. I need darkness in the bedroom.
I think it's more soothing. You know what I
It
mean?
is.
It's calming. It's like, oh.
Yeah. To me, like, I mean, having all that nice, like, light coming into your living room and stuff is nice. Yeah. You know, you out there during the day when you're awake, and then you go to the bedroom to, like, relax.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Fuck.
Living room, yeah.
You know?
But the bedroom.
Apparently. Where the magic happens.
He did say magical bedroom,
Yeah.
so
When you say that, I could just imagine you in a top hat and I like a zoo.
I
There's
got
your
a whole
flowers, madam.
magician outfit, dude. You don't even know.
perfect.
I'm pulling all kinds of things out of hats.
Oh my god.
Jeez Louise.
Lucky
So,
me.
if people want to buy your art or find you or follow you, where can they do that?
Facebook is my main squeeze right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to spell. Well, just put in SKCOOBAVELI Trevino. I should be the only damn Skcoobaveli you find anyway, you know?
And it'll be under you, like in the video. And
Yeah.
we'll put it also in the description on YouTube.
Yes.
Right.
Same thing on Instagram. That's where you can see the Bam sniffing the fleshlight and whatnot. Like, you know, it's the year of the clown, matter of fact, and I used to cosplay like as an Captain Spaulding too, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace.
That's
Yeah,
a
no
thing,
shit.
Year of the Clown?
I mean, I don't know if it's a year, but I mean, we got the Joker, we got Pennywise, we got Harley
That's
Quinn,
true.
you know,
That's
R.I.P.
terrifying.
Sid, and
Wow.
Yeah.
you know, Captain Spaulding, and this Halloween's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be every corner.
True.
You got Krusty the Clown. If ICP came out right now, they could probably make a killing. You know,
Oh,
Probably.
definitely.
Ronald McDonald's on the keto diet. I don't know. But you're the clown, man.
Shout out to clowns out there.
Yeah.
No. Fuck clowns. I hate clowns.
Damn
Sweet.
ICPs.
All right, we got some shout outs.
I had a brain fart. I guess shout out to me. You made it through half the week, girl. Good job.
I'll shout out to Bam for giving us a little praise there. Stevie Weeby, our guest.
Yeah.
Who else? Rick Lassman, Eric Griffin. All the homies. Brian Callen for helping us out.
They haven't even seen that whole video yet. They
Nah,
haven't
it'll be
released
on our
the whole
Halloween
video.
special.
Yeah. It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
What about you?
Shout out to all the local artists in Waco.
Right.
We want to meet
Right on.
you. Send us some photos. Tell us what you do.
Oh, and we've been talking about him for a long time. Adam, the duffel bag porn guy.
Yeah.
We're going to be in California, and he just signed up today to do an episode. So
Nice.
get to finally see his ass.
Nice.
You better have a duffel bag with them, man.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see what's in that thing. You know what I mean?
I'm not touching it.
What about you, man? You got some shout outs?
Shout out Bill Clinton, Bill Cosby, you know, Ross Perot. Remember that guy? Krusty the Clown, Pee Wee Herman. Shout out my mom for dropping me on my head, making me a loco ese.
Shredder, Krang.
Shout out Susanna.
Oh,
That used to be on the show, you know.
Hey, Susanna.
Susanna Banana.
Yeah, she's out there getting schooling.
Yeah,
Or
teaching
whatnot.
kids.
Getting smart and stuff.
Yeah. Shout out Emma Sweets, aka Lorena Torres. And I don't know. Thank you, Waco, Texas, for letting a some bitch like me scribble on your walls
Yes.
while I grab my balls.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time.
Later.
Bye.
Boom.
He's alive!